Hello, my name is Carter Kirchhevel, and I have a show called Catching Up with Carter on Thursdays from 10 to 11 a.m. on Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2. Check out and subscribe down below if you'd like to see more recordings of this show and to see my NFL and college football takes. Did you miss your football games this week? Do you need to catch up? Catching Up with Carter is your go-to place for NFL, college, and Saddleback football on Thursdays from 10 to 11 a.m. Predictions, recaps, and takes from guests. Will my predictions be
nice?
Or will they be try? Make sure to check in with me, Carter Kirchhevel, here on Saddleback Radio, Thursdays at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Did you miss your football games this week? Do you need to catch up? Welcome to Catching Up with Carter here on Saddleback College Radio. Thursdays at 10, he will recap it all.
Hello and welcome to Catching Up with Carter here on Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2. My name is Carter Kirchhevel and happy Halloween, everybody. It is October 31st. As Batman says, it's Thursday, October 31st. So it is actually, in my opinion, Batman's Halloween, but very fun there. And again, welcome to Catching Up with Carter, where we recap all Los Angeles sports. We're going to cover the Rams, Chargers, Raiders, and 49ers games. And for college, we'll cover USC, UCLA, and of course, Saddleback College football. They had a great game this weekend. I was there calling it. Very, very fun. We'll talk about that. We're just listening to Graves by KB and Brandon Lake. Very good song there. We got another song, Wilden by Lecrae. But actually, our last segment today, we're going to do something a little bit different. It is Halloween. We're going to try up just something different. So stick in for that. Stay here. Check in with me here on Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2. Saddleback College Radio. We'll be back after this quick song.
Rams, Chargers, 49ers, Raiders, USC, UCLA, and of course, Saddleback football. He covers it all. It's Carter Kirchhevel, your Saddleback student sports voice.
Hello and welcome back to Catching Up with Carter here on Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2. You're just listening to Lecrae, Wilden. Good song again there. Just loving all the songs we're playing on so far today. Happy Halloween again. And today I'm actually wearing a kind of Halloween costume. Not really too much, but I feel like every guy, I'd say back in like when I was a kid, I always wore a sports jersey. So today I'm wearing another sports jersey. I am wearing a 49ers jersey. I'm guessing a lot of people would have guessed that already, but I am wearing a 49ers jersey today. So happy Halloween to you all. Have fun tonight if you're going trick-or-treating, or if you're going to some parties, go have some fun. So we're going to get right into our football recap. We're going to start with kind of a controversial game, and we're going to start with the Rams. So why do I say controversial game? There was a controversial call that was not called at the end of the game. There was a major face mask at the end of the game on Sam Darnold. And a lot of us, I think, probably forgot about it. It's been a week because this game was on Thursday night. I was actually there. I went with my dad out to the game. And just going to go over a quick recap here for the game. The Vikings, they start off the game strong with a passing touchdown to Josh Oliver. So they start off 7-0, doing pretty well there. And then the Rams, they respond with a touchdown of their own. With a pass to Kyren Williams in the middle, it's 7-7. So pretty good game so far. And the Vikings, they get another touchdown to Sherfield. So two different wide receivers, or one was a tight end, one a receiver. Two different people you wouldn't expect. Maybe you were thinking Justin Jefferson. Maybe you were thinking it would have been Jordan Addison, but no touchdowns from them. And then after that, after the first quarter, another Rams score. So halftime, it's 14-14. Just a very, very good game in this one. There were some calls against the Rams and the Vikings that were a little bit weird, but right before halftime, the Vikings, they lost Christian Darrisaw on a little run up the middle on the 1 yard line. They had to run. They couldn't have kneeled the game out to go to halftime, so it ended up that he got injured. Now it looks like we just got a trade. The Vikings, they traded for a new left tackle, so from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll see that new tackle for them will be helpful, but Christian Darrisaw, he was out for the rest of the game after this. Then Stafford, he starts off and he throws an interception to Byron Murphy on the first drive of the game, or it's the first drive of the second half, my apologies. And so this was just kind of a momentum switch. So the Vikings, they take over, but they only settle for a field goal. So it's 17-14. The Rams then, they respond with their own touchdown off a deep pass to Demarcus Robinson in the right of the end zone. It's 21-17. So again, if you look at the other side, they're also passing to different people. We thought Cooper Kupp, we thought Puka Nacua, but Demarcus Robinson, he was open. And so that's the end of the third quarter. It's 21-17. The Rams are winning. That ends the third. Then the Vikings, they get another field goal to make it a 1-point game. It's 20-21. Then Demarcus Robinson gets another touchdown. He had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. Crazy game for him. They go up by 8 points. It's 28-20. Then right away, there's 2 punts, and then the controversial safety happens. And if you look at this play back, there was the safety happened, and it was Byron Murphy goes in and he sacks him, but totally takes it's Byron Young, sorry, take just full on hand inside the face mask, throws him to the floor, and it looked like he even knew it was going to happen. He had his hands on his head like he knew this was a penalty. And so the Rams, they look good, but I'm just looking at the other side. It was just some ridiculous calls, but it doesn't change the game. I mean, the calls are going to change either way, and so the Rams themselves, they got to win. They're 3-4 now, so the Rams, they play the Seahawks at 1:25 p.m. on Sunday. I think the Rams will win that one. The Seahawks had a tough week. We'll talk about that later in our show, but they had a tough week, and so I think the Rams will win 21-17. And so yeah, it was a good game overall. I really enjoyed going. SoFi Stadium's always a fun place to go. So, and my dad, he was not very happy seeing the call, but even when we were there, we didn't even know until we left the stadium. So the stadium, they did not want to show that controversial call at the end on the big screen. They really wanted no one to know until they left the stadium. So that was the end of the Rams recap. We're going to get right into the Chargers. Now, for the Chargers, they played the Saints on Sunday at 1:05 p.m., and we said the Chargers would win 24-17, and we'll see. Maybe that just prediction was good. So we're going to start off with our game recap. The Saints, they punt, and then the Chargers, they try to go down the field, but they have to punt it right back. And there's a safety on the play on this punt, and it becomes a 0-2 game. Just a weird kind of score already. It's only 2 points, and so then the Saints punt, and the Chargers punt it back again. The Saints punt yet again. Chargers score a field goal from 46 yards, finally to get some points on the board before the end of the first quarter. It's 3-2. Saints then punt it again. Chargers have to punt it back. A lot of punting in this game. Finally, there's a Dobbins score off a rushing touchdown, but they missed the PAT. So this is 9-2. Very weird score, but the Saints, they hit a field goal. And me and my friend, we were watching this game, and we were talking about it, and scoregami is a big thing, and 9-5 was never a score before. So we were thinking a scoregami was going to happen, but ended up after that, just later in the game after halftime, McConkey, he scored a touchdown at 16-5, so that score had already happened. And then the Saints score a field goal, it's 8-16. So the scoregami kind of did not work. That was the end of the third quarter there. And then the Chargers, they get a field goal, 19-8. The Saints then punt it back to the Chargers, but the Chargers punt it right back yet again, just punting back and forth. The Saints try a field goal, but miss. Then the Chargers score off another touchdown. It's 26-8. And that's it. That was the final. Chargers played a very good game here. Ladd McConkey, he's becoming one of those fantasy football wide receivers that we should go for. I mean, he's looking very good in the slot position and looked very good. And the defense looked good as well, holding him to only 8 points. And I mean, the special teams is a little bit iffy with the missed kick. But overall, the Chargers did a good job and is great to get back on track for the season. They play the Browns at 10 a.m. this weekend, and I think the Chargers will win this one. I think it'll be closer because Jameis Winston, this guy, I love Jameis Winston. He's coming out and playing like crazy, and he played pretty well. And so the Chargers versus the Browns, I think it'll be closer than people believe. I think the Chargers will win, though. I think 23-20, the Chargers will win this one. But I think it'll be closer. I think a 3-point game. I think the Chargers will be a little bit closer in this one. But the Browns, they're going to put up a fight, I think, in that game. We're going to get right into the Raiders now.
Raider Nation, stand up!
And for the Raiders, they played the Chiefs on Sunday at 1:25 p.m. We said the Chiefs would win 31-10, and we'll see what the prediction says or what the prediction is at this point, because really this game did not go the way that I expected, because I thought the Chiefs would destroy the Raiders, but it just didn't really happen that way. The Chiefs start the game. They do get a touchdown right away at 7-0. The Raiders then score a touchdown right back at 7-7. Then the Chiefs punt. The Raiders punt it back to the Raiders, sorry. Then that ends the first quarter. The Raiders then get a field goal to take the lead 10-7. Then the Chiefs scored off a 5-yard touchdown to Kelsey, 14-7. Then they get a field goal right before halftime at 17-7. Then the Chiefs, they go back just after halftime and they have to punt, And then the Raiders, they get a field goal, so that's something. It's 10-17. And then Mahomes, I mean, the almighty Mahomes, that's what people keep saying right now, is that the commentators keep, like, almost just taking him, like, just as, like, almost God, I would say. I mean, Mahomes is one of those guys that is like, just, he's too good. He's almost too good for people to imagine that they couldn't even fathom he threw an interception. But it was tipped, and so there was an interception on the other side. The Raiders, they get the ball back, but they get stuffed on 4th down on the goal line. Really, they had a chance to tie this game back up, and that was kind of it. The Chiefs, then they get a field goal. It's 20-10. Then Mahomes, he finds Worthy going up 27-13. And Minshew, he finally throws a touchdown late in the game. It's 20-27. And the onside kick fails, and that's it. The Chiefs run the clock out, and that's the final. And so the Raiders, they look like the same old Raiders. I mean, they were struggling on the goal line to be able to score, and it's just nothing too special. And they struggled against a good Chiefs team. So, I mean, it looked okay. I mean, they did score some points, and they play the Bengals this weekend at 10 a.m. And so I'm going to say the Bengals will win 24-10. I really don't think it's going to be any different. I really just don't. And the Bengals themselves, they just, I don't really want to bet against them. I know they struggled this last week against the Eagles, but the Raiders themselves, I think that they're just not very good. I mean, I hope that they can get better, but the Raiders, they just need to have something going. We're going to go move into the best team. Sorry, I'm biased. The 49ers.
Bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Now, for the 49ers, you know I'm a 49ers fan, and we just have been struggling this year. We were 3-4 coming into this game. We really needed to win, and the 49ers versus the Cowboys played at Sunday Night Football. Went out actually with a friend. We went out to Red Robin, got to watch the game. Very, very fun there. But, yeah, it was one of those games that you just kind of knew that the Niners were going to win after basically the first drive, in my opinion. And so we've had a prediction, 28-24 49ers win. We'll see if that was correct. Game recap starting here. Cowboys, they start with a punt on their first possession. 49ers then settle for a field goal on their first drive. It's 3-0. Then Dak, he throws an interception into double coverage and turns the ball over. So really, it's just right away, it just doesn't look good for Dak. And the 49ers, they are forced to punt on their drive after that. So kind of a sad ending to the first quarter. It's only 3-0. And then Zeke, he runs it in for a touchdown. So it's 7-3. The Cowboys are up. Then the 49ers, they go for it on 4th down and do not convert. The Cowboys do score a field goal to get the 10-3 lead. Then the 49ers, they respond with their own field goal. The Cowboys punt it back to the Niners. 49ers punt. Cowboys nail the halftime. So at halftime, it's 10-6. The Niners are losing. So, I mean, really, the Cowboys had the momentum in this game, but after half, it was over. The 49ers took over. They got a touchdown from Isaac Guerrero because Jordan Mason, he was even hurt in this game. Then Lenore gets an interception off him. Then Kittle gets a touchdown. It's 20-10. The 49ers, then they're forced to force a punt from the Cowboys. Then Purdy scores off a QB sneak. So it's 27-10. I mean, that's the end of the third quarter, and it went from 6-10 to 27-10. So tons of points in the third. Then the 49ers, they force yet another punt, but also have to punt right back. And the Cowboys, they score off a pass to a wide-open CeeDee Lamb. I don't understand what's going on with the defense. They were looking like they were looking at ghosts. It is Halloween, but it literally looked like they were defending ghosts out there. And CeeDee Lamb, he was wide open. Scored a touchdown, 17-27. 49ers then score a field goal, 30-17. Then CeeDee Lamb, another wide-open touchdown. I'm telling you, the defense was seeing ghosts out there. They aren't the Ghostbusters. They were just, I don't even know what the opposite of the Ghostbusters would be, but they were the opposite of them. They were just, like, not seeing anything. And they were just, I don't even know. It was 24-30 after that. But then the 49ers, they punt. Cowboys get stuffed on 4th down. 49ers run the clock out. So they do win 30-24, but kind of a tough game. But the 49ers, they always beat the Cowboys. I mean, it's a no-brainer every single time. And with starters out, I mean, Ayuk was out. Jordan Mason didn't play. It's just tough. But rumors are McCaffrey will be back. It's a bye week. So we'll see. We'll be back after next week. We hope McCaffrey will be back. It's a good bye week. The Niners really do need a bye week to get back. And that's the end of our NFL recap, or our LA sports recap. We're going to talk a little bit, though. We're going to talk about the World Series. The Dodgers won just last night. They won in great fashion. They came back from 5 runs down. Very, very good game. And, I mean, as somebody who is a Giants fan, I apologize to all Dodgers fans. Hey, the Dodgers, they came back. They played a very good game. That fifth inning was wild, getting 5 runs there. So just a great overall game for the Dodgers, getting that win. So congratulations to the Dodgers on the World Series victory. We're going to come right back after a song. We're going to listen to Outsiders by Lecrae. You're listening here on Saddleback Radio 88.5 HD2. My name's Carter Kirchhevel. We'll be right back after this song with our college football recap. Hello and welcome back to Catching Up with Carter here on 88.5 HD2 Saddleback College Radio. We're going to get right into our college football recap. It's been a fun college football just year so far for USC and UCLA. It was kind of just a good week for UCLA. They got to relax, but USC, they had a game. So we're going to get right into that recap. Now for USC, they finally got back on track in this week as they played the Rutgers. They played at 8 p.m. It was on a Friday. I got to watch that game. I was actually back home with my family, and my whole family, they were fast asleep while I was watching this game, but it was a very good one. I almost kind of woke them up, I'm going to be honest, but it was a very, very good game in general, and so we had a prediction, 31-17 Trojans win, and we'll see with this game recap if I was correct. So USC, they start the game off with the touchdown run from Woody Marks at 7-0. Woody Marks, he's been having a great season. I hope that someone in the NFL picks him up, just hoping in general that the draft realizes this kid is good, because he's been scoring a ton of these touchdowns for the Trojans this year. The Rutgers, they then get a field goal, 3-7. Woody Marks gets another touchdown. It's 14-3. That ends the first quarter. Then USC, they get the ball right back and they score off a pass to Ford. It's 21-3. Then the Rutgers, they finally get some offense going and get a touchdown to Raymond, but miss the extra point, 9-21. So kind of getting a little scared. We're almost looking at like a Maryland type of momentum switch, but it's okay. Woody Marks then gets another touchdown, so we're all good. It's 28-9. Then right before halftime, the Rutgers, they do get a field goal. It's 12-28. So halftime score, the Trojans, they're up. Then the Rutgers, they punt on their first drive after halftime. USC then punts it right back, but the Rutgers then score off a touchdown pass and convert a 2-point conversion, bringing it closer 20-28. And Miller Moss, he scores off a run to respond 35-20. So just a great game from Miller Moss, great game from Woody Marks in general. Then the Trojans, they force a punt and get the ball back again. You get a long touchdown to extend the lead again further, and it's 42-20 now. That ends the third quarter. The Trojans were crushing, and the rest of the fourth, nothing happened. Literally nothing happened. That was the final score, 42-20, just a few punts, and that was kind of it. USC, they're finally back on track. Moss had 3 touchdowns with 300 yards, and Marks had multiple touchdowns on the day, which helped immensely. Trojans are now at an even 4-4, so they play the Huskies this week, and I'm thinking USC wins. I know that's crazy. I know that's ridiculous because, the Huskies, they're pretty good, but I think USC, they're going to be just a better team this week, 27-21. That's my prediction. I think the Trojans will win. I think they'll have a good week, and so, the Trojans in general, they were looking very good. They were looking like almost like Michael Myers on this game. They were crushing this week, and they played a very, very good game in general. So we're going to go right into a little bit of UCLA news. They had a week off, so we're just going to go over a little bit of news. Now for UCLA, they had a week off. They're still 2-5 on the season, and the last time they played, they looked pretty good. In general, on offense and defense on both sides. So they play Nebraska at 12:30 p.m. this Saturday, and I think Nebraska. I'm going to say Nebraska wins. I think 28-21. But Ethan Garbers, he's had a great just a few games. We saw him. He had the #1 passer rating in the Big Ten. He looked really good. I think Garbers is really stepping it up, and in general, just UCLA, they've done pretty well, just kind of getting a little bit of momentum. I think Arian Foster's sorry. I mean, he's just getting into a little bit more momentum, a little bit more just in general, just doing better in the coaching aspect. I feel like they're getting some momentum going. So UCLA doing really well, but I'm going to go right away from UCLA and come to Saddleback football. I mean, Saddleback, they crushed it. They won 44-0 against Grossmont. Very good game. I was out there calling it up in the booth. It was very, very fun for my first football broadcast. And this was the first shutout for the Bobcats in 17 years. Very, very good game overall for the Bobcats. And Grossmont, they could get nothing going offensive and defensive-wise. And so Trey Kakuk played a major role in this game. He had 220 passing yards, and he also had 88 rushing yards with a total of 3 touchdowns. He threw for 2, ran for 1. Just a great game. The Bobcats defense also held Grossmont to only 72 passing yards and negative 34 rushing yards. This looked like a video game stat to me. I was like, did in Madden, are we running backwards? That's literally what I was thinking when I saw the stat at the end of the game. And so, I mean, Bobcats, they play Riverside this weekend. This is the game to win. They play 6 p.m. at home. Make sure to come out to the game. Riverside, they are 6-1 on the season. They are a great team. Bobcats 5-2 on the season. Let's go Bobcats. They're going to win. I trust it. I think Saddleback's going to do well. I'll be up in the booth again, so check in here on Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2 for all of that recap and for the entire game play-by-play. Very, very fun to be able to be there and be able to call those games. Those are very exciting, and that's kind of the end of our college football recap. Just some good games in general, USC, Saddleback, and good off week for UCLA. They now have Nebraska this coming week. Should be exciting. So we'll be back after a song. We're going to listen to Doubts by KB and Higher by Unspoken, both those songs, and we'll be back with our NFL segment. We're going to do something fun there, so I'll tell you what that is after this quick little song break. Hello and welcome back to Saddleback College Radio 88.5 HD2. My name is Carter Kirchhevel. You're listening to Catching Up with Carter. And we're going to go into our full NFL recap. We're just listening to Higher by Unspoken and Doubts by KB, 2 of my favorite songs. And today, as I said, we're doing something a little different. And I don't know if you all play Rocket League. A lot of you probably do not. But I'm going to explain this because we're going to look at these matchups from a Rocket League ranks perspective. A little bit different today. So the Rocket League ranks, they're on a scale. So the league ranks, they scale from bronze, which is the worst. They go up silver, gold, platinum, diamond, champion, grand champion, and lastly, the best is supersonic legend. That's what they call for Rocket League. I've been playing way too much Rocket League. I thought maybe let's incorporate this a little bit. Maybe let's talk about Rocket League. Not too much. It's car soccer, by the way, so it is a sport, but it's an e-sport. But we're going to talk about that, and we're going to go through each of these matchups and rank them on this scale. We're going to give them, maybe they're a grand champion game, maybe they're pretty good, or maybe they're bronze, maybe they're awful, maybe these matchups are bad. So we're going to start off with our predictions. We'll still go if they're nice or trash, but we're also going to rank them on that scale. So we're starting off with our first 10 a.m. game, which was Ravens versus Browns. We had a prediction, 27-10. The Ravens would win. Ended up being the Browns won 29-24. So that prediction was... It was just not, it was a bad prediction. And we're going to rank this as a grand champion type of game and really grand champion type of rank for Jameis Winston. He looked very good out there. And I mean, he played a great game. I mean, he almost threw a pick there to Hamilton at the end of the game, but he threw the game-winning touchdown and beat the Ravens. I mean, they did win. And so Browns, grand champion type of game for them. And in general, this is a grand champion type of game to watch. Next game was Titans versus Lions. Prediction was 28-14. The Lions were going to win. And the final was 52-14. The Lions won. So that prediction was...
Nice.
There's a nice prediction there. I'd say this is a gold type of game, lower on the scale. As we know, it's bronze, silver, gold. Say it's lower on the scale for the rank there. Game wasn't too exciting, but the Lions, they crushed it. If I'm giving a single ranking, they're Supersonic Legend as their rank. They played very, very well, and so I give it a gold game there. Going to the next, it's Colts versus Texans. Prediction was 31-20. The Texans would win, and the Texans won 23-20. So that prediction was
nice.
It's a nice prediction there. And for this game, I'm giving it platinum. It's a little bit higher than gold. That's the rank right above. It's gold, then platinum. Giving it a little bit higher, but really this is not very good. I mean, if you watch the game, Anthony Richardson, he subbed himself out for being tired. As a quarterback in the NFL. And it looks like Joe Flacco, he'll be starting this coming week, so just tough for him. I mean, if we're talking about individual, I'd say give my man Anthony Richardson the bronze rank. But in general, I mean, it was just his platinum type of game, not too crazy. Next game after that is Packers versus Jaguars. Prediction for this game was 27-13. Ended up being very close, 30-27. The Packers did end up winning, so that prediction was still
nice.
Still a nice prediction, and I'd say this is a champion type of game. Very, very good game overall. The Packers, they ended up winning barely with a field goal, but still, it was a very fun game to watch. I watched this, and Trevor Lawrence, he looked pretty good out there. Evan Ingram, he scored that touchdown over 3 defenders in the end zone. Fun game to watch. Champion for me. Not grand champion, not Supersonic Legend, but a champion type of game. Very, very good for them. And so, going to our next, Cardinals versus Dolphins. This is also a good game. 28-10, Cardinals ended up winning, but it was 28-27, not 28-10. 28-7. The Cardinals barely won against Tua, who just came back for the Dolphins. I'd say it's a champion type of game, but this was a
nice
prediction. Still, the Cardinals, they ended up winning, but just barely. They did win just by 1, but a very good game. Champion type of game, as I said, pretty high up there. Pretty good game, but nothing too crazy. Just a good game in general. Good field goal at the end for the Cardinals to win it. Then Jets versus Patriots. Prediction 28-17. Jets win, and that ended up not happening. Ended up being 25-22. The Patriots ended up winning, so that prediction was just absolutely awful prediction. And I gave 2 ranks for this one. The Patriots, I'm giving them champion, and the Jets bronze. I mean, they were awful. Put them at the bottom, even under bronze. Maybe, do they have a plastic rank? That's what a lot of people keep saying, is that they're just awful. I mean, the Jets, I've been looking at the trades, actually, and as you remember, Devontae Adams is on this team now. I mean, do we need to bring the entire Packers over to play for Aaron Rodgers? I mean, is that what we need to do for him to do well? I don't know, but it was bad. Bronze for them. And so next, Falcons versus Buccaneers. Prediction 24-20. The Buccaneers would win, and the final was 31-26. The Falcons ended up winning, so that prediction was just a trash prediction, and I would give this game a diamond. I mean, a diamond type of game in general. It was fun, but right in the middle. Diamond is right in the middle, in my opinion. It's a little bit above the middle. Platinum's kind of the mid kind of rank, but Diamond, they were up in the higher end. So I'd say they're a diamond type of game, just a fun one. I mean, it was a good game in general, but Buccaneers, they had to come back later in the game. The Falcons played very good, and as we saw there, the Kyle Pitts kind of fumble into the end zone should have counted, but whatever. It's how the game goes. Next, Eagles versus Bengals. I said upset of the week. I said prediction 27-21. Bengals would win, and that did not happen. The Eagles won 37-17, so that prediction was just trash, absolutely trash prediction. But platinum type of game, very mid. It was okay, but Eagles, they played well, and the Bengals just didn't. So platinum for them. Going into 1 p.m., the Bills versus Seahawks. We said the Bills would win 34-24, and the final was 31-10. Bills win, and so this is a gold type of game, but it was a nice prediction. So it's a good prediction, but it was not good. I mean, I've said gold type of game. I was giving it just a little bit of hope because, I mean, bronze, silver, gold, they were at the bottom, but it's just bad overall. The Seahawks looked awful, and the Bills, they just outplayed them in every single aspect of this game. So I'm going to give it a gold type of game. Next game, Bears versus Commanders. Now, this was the best game I think I have watched all year. I said it was going to be higher scoring, 37-27 Commanders win. Ended up being 18-15 Commanders win off of a Hail Mary. So that gives a Nice prediction, and I'm giving this a supersonic legend type of game. I mean, this game was ridiculous. A Hail Mary at the end, tipped up, and it's caught in the end zone to win. Looks like there might have been some holding before the play happened, but just ridiculous. I could not believe it. We were screaming in the middle of our living room. All of us were watching this game, and we were freaking out. We were like, there is no way that just happened. It's just a 1 in a million type of probability, and so that's why it's supersonic legend. It's the best game of the week and best game of the year, maybe best play of the year, in my opinion. Just a great game. Going to the next, Panthers versus Broncos. Prediction 38-10. Broncos win 28-14. Broncos win. This is a silver type of game. This is bad, but prediction was still
Nice.
still a nice prediction, but just not good. I mean, this game was bad. I put silver type of game, just not very fun. But yeah, it was just not good. Broncos played well. I mean, Bo Nix looks good, and now they're good. They're a good team now. They're 5-3 on the year. So I guess Bo Nix giving them some hope for them. So that was pretty good. Going to Monday Night Football, Giants versus Steelers. Prediction 31-13. Steelers win, and 26-18. Steelers did end up winning. So a gold type of game, but a good prediction, eh? Nice prediction. So it was good, but a goal type of game, kind of lower on the end of the scale. And so that's kind of the end of our matchups. I hope you enjoyed that kind of different look into it. You can let us know over on our Saddleback Radio Discord. Our new Discord server is your all-access pass to request songs, chat with DJs, and connect with the local community. Every Saddleback Radio show has a home there, and so do you. Visit jazz885.org and click on the Discord link to join. Go ahead and join there. You can let me know if you like this segment. Maybe we do this again. Maybe we do it with a different game, maybe Fortnite, maybe Valorant, whatever game you want. We can maybe do a cool little new prediction kind of system. But we're going to go into our predictions for this coming week. We're going to go through those. We're going to give you maybe just a little bit of what games to look out for, maybe some fantasy football kind of takes for this game. So we're going to go into right away with our Sunday football games. 10 a.m., Texans versus Jets. And I mean, it's today. And so, I mean, the Texans, or sorry, not today, Texans versus Jets, it is today. I'm mixing up my days. It's Halloween. And so Texans, I think they'll win 28-10 in this game, looking like I think they'll win. I think the Texans are going to do well. And the Jets, I mean, if we look at these again, I keep going back to this trade for Devontae Adams. They need everybody they can because this is just not good. The next game going into Sunday football, sorry that I mixed it up for the Thursday night game. Sunday at 10, the Cowboys versus Falcons. Prediction 24-17. Falcons win. Then Broncos versus Ravens. Prediction 31-20. Ravens win. I think this is where the Broncos streak stops. Then the Dolphins versus Bills. Bills own them. So prediction 38-14. The Bills win. Saints versus Panthers. This is awful. This is the worst game of the week. Don't watch this game. This would be the bronze game of the week. 10-7. The Panthers win. Then Commanders versus Giants, prediction 27-13. Commanders win, they'll crush. Patriots versus Titans, prediction 27-20. Patriots win. A lot of people might think, why not the Titans? But the Titans have been way worse. I mean, I think Will Levis is probably on the award list for worst player of the year, in my opinion. Going to 1 p.m. games, Bears versus Cardinals, prediction 27-21. Cardinals win. Jaguars versus Eagles, prediction 31-17. Eagles win. Then the Lions versus the Packers. This will be a very good game. I think this is the Supersonic Legend game of the week. Prediction 38-31. Lions are going to win. Colts versus Vikings. Remember this from a few years ago where the 33-point comeback, but Vikings will win this one 28-20. I think Joe Flacco's not going to really put up a fight. And Monday Night Football. This is the upset of the week. Buccaneers versus Chiefs. You know who I'm picking. I'm picking the Buccaneers. I will always pick the team against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 7-0. I don't know why I keep doing this, but upset of the week 24-20. The Buccaneers win. That is the end of our NFL matchups, all in order. Thank you for checking in with me here on Saddleback Radio 88.5 HD2, and I hope you enjoyed that. It's a little bit different for this Halloween special, trying out some different fun. Again, I'm kind of dressed up for Halloween, but not really. I'm Michael Crabtree today, actually. That's the jersey I'm wearing. I'm trying to, I kind of almost look like a retired Michael Crabtree. Not really, but I think just in general, I'm not in the shape that I'm guessing Michael Crabtree had to be in to be playing. So I thank you for checking this out. We'll be back after a quick song. We're going to listen to Heroes by Throttle, and we'll close out here. Hello and welcome back to Catching Up with Carter here on 88.5 Saddleback College Radio HD2. We just listened to Heroes by Throttle. Thought I'd put in a Rocket League song after we went over all of the games in a Rocket League style. Thank you so much for listening here on this Halloween morning. Been very fun. Hopefully you enjoy that Thursday night football game. Maybe go trick-or-treating. Go check out all of the fun for Halloween. Have some fun tonight. Stay safe. We're going to send you off with two different songs, Spread the Ops by Lecrae and Thriller by Michael Jackson. Of course, we're going to get a little bit of a Halloween spirit here. Again, join the Discord on jazz885.org. Go ahead and check that out. Let me know some songs maybe you want to hear. I want to know what songs you want to hear, maybe with some different segment ideas. Maybe you want to hear some more of the news rather than some predictions. Let me know there. Thank you so much for listening again. We're going to end with those two songs. Make sure to check in from 11 to 1 to check out Frances Starr with Do I Sound Like Your Dad for her Halloween show. Make sure to check that out. We're going to listen to these two songs. I will see you later. Hope to check in again here again on 88.5 Saddleback College Radio. Check in with me again next week. And again, check out on Saturday. There is the Saddleback football game versus Riverside. Check in here on 88.5 HD2 Saddleback College Radio.